Okay, this is Jack from teachingeslonline.com. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about the power of setting goals when it comes to earning as an online teacher. Now, if you want to learn more about becoming an online teacher, then check out my channel because I have lots of videos on how to earn through courses, through one-to-one lessons, working for a company, working through italki, all of those different things. But no matter what you want to achieve, I think it's a really good idea to set goals with deadlines. Okay, so to set a goal with a deadline. And what I'm going to do is talk about some of the times that I've set goals with deadlines, whether I've made these or not. And also, I'm going to talk about what I plan on doing moving forward. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm an online teacher. I have a brand called To Fluency, where I teach English as a second language. And I also have this channel where I talk about marketing, mainly for online teachers, but for anyone who wants to market online too. So things like YouTube, email marketing, etc. And if you want to get started as an online teacher, or if you want to learn more about how to market your lessons online, then check out the description because there is a lot for you there. Lots of links for you. Okay, so if you're watching live, then please say hi in the chat and ask me any questions that you have on this topic. So, the power of setting goals. Now, I came across goals about 7-8 years ago when I started to think about expanding my business. So, at the time, I was teaching one-to-one lessons and I wanted to start doing a little bit more to offer other things like online courses and just digital products in general. So I had a plan in terms of how I was going to achieve that. And when I started to really set goals in a meaningful way was when I joined a mastermind group. And this is where a few of us got together, talked about online business, talked about our goals, and reported on them whether we hit them or not. Now, my goal at that time was to start a new online course for English language learners. And that was the first ever course I created. And I can actually, there's an article here, which I forgot about, from 2014. And it says, WizIQ brings on celebrity English teachers for its 300,000 language learners worldwide. And I was one of those teachers. So I knew somebody who, Jason R. Levine, Fluency MC, he was working with WizIQ at this time. Now, WizIQ is a platform where you can give lessons online and also sell your courses online. I've not really done much with it in the past 7 years or so, but at the time it was a great opportunity for me. So what I did was I created a course and I had a deadline for this course because WizIQ wanted me to do it at a certain time. And I think it was in March of that year. So I got contacted to come to the platform to then sell these courses. And the reason I chose WizIQ is that they were going to put their marketing team behind it and try to make more sales. So what I did was I had a deadline for this course and I said, okay, I'm going to create it. So I had to do it within a certain amount of time. Now, if you just think about this in terms of, okay, you've got a time to create the course for a different platform versus I'm going to create a course someday, or I'm thinking about creating a course. I'm just putting a little course together at the moment. Now, the difference with that is when you have a goal with a deadline, you're going to do what it takes to reach that goal. You're going to make this task a priority. And this is what I think is really important when it comes to earning online. Because I see a lot of teachers, they start this process of teaching online, but they don't have a specific plan of action. They don't have a goal to aim for, and therefore they put things off. So they'll put off things like choosing a name for their business, put off things like creating a logo, which isn't terribly important, put off things like starting a landing page, getting email marketing set up, because there's no real goal or time frame to complete this task by. So I think it's just super important to think about what your goals are and when you want to achieve them. And you can break things up into short, medium and long-term goals. So your long-term goal might be within the next 6 months to have 25 students. But within that goal, you need to break it down into different tasks in order to reach that. So things like, okay, I'm going to have my website ready next week, within 7 days. And that means you're going to spend time actually doing that instead of just thinking about doing it. So having those goals make such a big difference. Now, another goal that I hit was to get a certain amount of people, I'm not going to give my numbers away, but a certain amount of people to sign up to the Teach English Online course by August, I think it was 14th. And what I did was I stuck to this goal. I knew exactly what I needed to do in order to reach it, which was things like record the course, to get the slides together, to create a sales page, to create the members area, upload all the videos, edit the videos, create transcripts, create worksheets, and just create the whole website so that people could sign up to this course. It was a big task, but I stuck to it. And notice also that I said 50 people to sign up to the course by a specific date, okay? I actually achieved that with an extra 2 people. Now, if I had said 10, I probably would have got 10. If I had said 100, I probably would have got 100, because I was thinking about how many people I needed on my email list to market to in order to achieve that goal. And when you have it with a specific number in mind, then you're going to do what it takes to reach that number. I've had different goals throughout the years, like to reach 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. I was 6 months late with that, but I did the things I had to do in order to reach that goal. Now on my other channel, I have 350,000 subscribers, all because I've set these goals and I've worked to achieve them. Now, I actually have a book called The 5-Step Plan for English Fluency, which goes through the 5 steps to achieving English fluency. The difference though, or what you can do is think about how to use that 5-step plan for whatever it is you want to achieve. So the 5 steps are to think about what your goal is and why you want to achieve it. Those are the first 2 steps. I think they come together because when you're thinking about what you want to achieve, you need to think about why it's important. And if that why isn't strong enough, then the goal isn't important to you. It might be because it's not monetarily sufficient. It might be that you just don't enjoy what you're doing, that you're not going to do it. So for me, I've set goals in the past, but I haven't thought too much about the why, and I've given these goals up because they've not been important to me. Things like learning German. I thought I wanted to do it, but when it came down to it, it wasn't important to me. So what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it, both of these work together. So work on those 2 things. The next thing is what you need to do in order to achieve that goal. So let's say you want to get 100 people to download an audio book that you have for sale. Then you need to think about what you need to do to achieve that goal. Things like record the audiobook, upload it, create a sales page, create a checkout experience, then create an audience of people who want to buy this, and then a marketing plan to help people buy it. So this is a big undertaking, but when you break it down, you can just actually attack it in pieces and just tick off each one until you reach that goal. Now, what you need to do is important, but how you're going to do it is also important. So let's just use this audiobook example again. It's okay to say, okay, this is what I need to do. But actually doing it is a different matter. A lot of this comes down to planning with your time, to think about, okay, how am I going to spend the time to do this? Do I need to work in the afternoons, on my lunch break, at the weekends? And just to give yourself the time to do it. It boils down to your schedule and where you can fit this in. Now, if you're currently teaching one-to-one lessons and you want to expand, then you need to think about, when can I do this? Because I'm teaching a lot, but when can I actually just do the work? So the how you're going to do it is important as well. And then step 5 is to take action, to do it, and to stay consistent with this type of action. So things like just making sure that you get into the habit of doing it and not giving yourself excuses and reasons to not do it, to stick with the task. So I've done this in the past where I've had, mainly with courses, when it comes to courses, it's really an all-encompassing thing, because you have to do all the things you need to do in order to create the course and to sell it. Therefore, you need to find the time to do it and to stay consistent with it. Now, the most powerful thing you can do here is to set a deadline. So I'll tell people on my email list, I'll tell 50,000, 70,000 people on my email list that I'm going to have a new course in 3 weeks. Therefore, I need to make sure that I get that course out there. So I've done this over the last few years with new courses, with relaunching the courses, with my YouTube channel, with lots of other things too. I do it with health and fitness as well. So I'll say I need to be this way by this date if I've put on some weight, and I'll lose that weight because I know it's important to me. I have a goal. I want to hit the goal. It's important. The why is strong. So therefore, I'll actually put in the work and do the things I need to do in order to achieve that goal. So with weight loss, it's things like counting calories, getting my steps in, exercising. And I know, because I've done it before, that I'm going to achieve that goal if I follow the plan. And taking action consistently is so important too. That's why you need to get in the habit of doing what you need to do, and also to think about why it's important, to go back to that first step. Why is it important then for you? So it's a really important thing to think about in that regard, to just go into that why and just to really feel it, to think, okay, this is what I'm going to do to achieve it. So I'm going to now just give a few specific examples. So I'm going to create a Udemy course for English language learners and for teachers like you. So I'm going to create courses on Udemy. I've not got super specific with this goal yet because I haven't gone through the process of it all. And also I haven't really thought about my calendar in terms of time to spend on it, because kids are home, people are working, my wife's going to be working. It's a mess at the moment in terms of that. So we need to work out when I can come to the office, my new office, I'll give a tour soon, to be able to do this type of stuff. So what I need to do is go into my Apple Notes, and what I do in Apple Notes is I plan Udemy is here. I've written down the different courses I want to create for English language learners. I've written down what I want to create for English teachers. Then I'll just go in there and go through my own materials that I created on how to create and sell online courses. teachingeslonline.com/ I'll leave a link in the description. And go through exactly what I need to do in order to create that course. Then I'll go into the how am I going to do it, and then come up with a deadline. Come up with this goal and a deadline. And then I'm going to share that deadline with people, because that gives me accountability. I have to do it by this date. There is this accountability. People know the deadline, and I tell enough people that it's important. And then I go ahead and I just do it, create it, get into that workflow, get into that zone. Know that this goal is going to be important. And once you complete that goal, then you can have a little celebration. This could be big, it could be small, but also just to give you some time, especially if it's a big goal like creating a course, to just to take that little break from it, because it's a lot. You invest a lot of energy into it. Your emotions are in it as well. So it's important to think about it in terms of that. All right, so we've got quite a lot of people watching live. Do you have any questions about creating goals and also about online courses? Because a lot of people do want to create courses. I'm seeing this more and more. And in order to do this, I'm going to get that PDF now for you. I think it's think it's OCR PDF. OCR PDF. I'll put it into the live chat. Here it is. Because this is a free PDF guide on how to create and sell your own online courses. And that just gives you the workflow of exactly what I do in order to create and sell my own courses. Now, I am moving away from my own platform a little bit to put stuff on Udemy. Now, with Udemy, I won't go into depth here, but there are reasons why I'm doing this instead of just creating a new course on my own platform. And the long-term play is interesting to me. So I'm looking to build kind of like a new brand around my name, and I'm going to start on Udemy, which is quite unique. A lot of people start on YouTube and Twitter and elsewhere, but I'm going to start this new brand name on Udemy, and I'm excited about it. Now, the fluency side of things for English language learners, I'm going to do that as well on Udemy. I'm just trying to work out exactly how my courses are going to be structured, because I want to create a course that can be duplicated, or one that I can take that structure of and then create a new course which is similar to it in the same kind of format. I'm very excited about it all. I've not been able to do work for a couple of weeks meaningfully because I've been moving offices and just having to be at home and working strange hours of the day. So hopefully I'm going to try and put this plan into motion now. Tatiana asks, hi, how to make a goal? Is it hard to do the down-to-earth goal? So yeah, with goals, a good book I like is The Magic of Thinking Big. I can't remember the name of the author, but I read this and I was blown away by it. There's also someone called Earl Nightingale. Let's have a look. Earl Nightingale. Now, there's the strangest secret in the world is a video. It's 30 minutes. That is what really changed my life in terms of business success. The strangest secret in the world, because he talks about it in terms of setting goals, your thoughts about it, and just having the mentality in order to create something. And then The Magic of Thinking Big was something, a book I read after that, which really just highlighted the fact that it's good to think big. So when I talked about my goal for English teachers or for YouTube subscribers, 200,000 people, it was a massive goal, but because it was a big goal, 200,000 subscribers, it made it exciting. Because if I had said 1,000 subscribers over the next 2 years, then I could have got that just ambling along. But when it comes to 200,000 subscribers, you really have to push the limits. You really have to do stuff in order to make that achievable. And I knew at 200,000 subscribers, that was going to change things for my teaching business as well. So it was a really meaningful goal. Now, people talk about having goals that are reachable, but I think it's important to have goals that are going to push you, to really just get you out of your comfort zone and to take you to the next level. And you can do this quickly, but it's all about having the intention to do it. Now, when it comes to that big goal, you can break it down into smaller goals so that it actually feels real. Because saying I want to get 200,000 subscribers on YouTube is out there. It's quite overwhelming. But that's the goal, that's the exciting goal. And then you can break everything else down into smaller goals to help you reach that. So you can say things like, I want to get 10 videos done over the next 2 weeks, which is more immediate to where you are right now. But it's all playing into that bigger goal. So it's an interesting one where you think about, okay, am I going to plan big, plan small, and just to go from there. Alina, hi Jack, thank you for this live. How often do you review your goals? Do you create goals every week? Thank you. No, I haven't been doing it every week. Sometimes I'll say, well, I kind of do. I'll have an intention for the week and write down what I want to get done for that week. But it's all playing into the goals that I have. And I've been hitting a lot of goals recently. So sign-ups for my courses, YouTube views, YouTube figures, etc. But maybe I need to think about, all right, I need to think big. And that's why I'm doing this right now. That's why I'm looking to create, and I need to get specific with what I want to do. But I want to create all these different goals that are going to excite me and also think, oof, that's going to be a lot of work. That's going to be challenging. I'm going to have to really be focused on this and just change the way I work. And that, I think, just makes all the difference. If you have that mentality, then you can really just push on. So when it comes to teaching one-to-one lessons, you might be thinking, okay, what is my goal going to be? And I just think 20 students within the next 5 months or 4 months or 6 months, around that time frame, to get 20 paying students within 4 to 6 months. You can do it in 2 months. Some people have done it in 3 weeks. So somebody took my course and got a full-time schedule within 2 weeks. She contacted me. I asked her about how she did it. I just saw her work, the work that she put in, and she just went with it. She also had contacts which helped, but it's one of these things that you can say, I want to do this by this time. And that just changes the way you approach it. Your intention is different. Your mentality is different. You're looking to really just push on with things instead of saying, oh, I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if people are going to take my lessons. But instead you say, no, I'm going to make this goal happen. I'm going to push on with that and make sure it does happen. So I think that's a really important thing. Here's a goal I had recently. It's to give up caffeine. So I was drinking far too much coffee. And when I say far too much, I mean 6 cups a day and 2 cups of tea. And I felt my health was not good because of it. My wife just said, I think I'm going to give up coffee because I don't think it's good for my skin. And then I said, okay, I'm going to give up coffee too. So we gave it up the next day. And I went 2 weeks without coffee, and I was drinking like 7 cups of black tea a day to make up for it, but I was still feeling really tired. And then I came across a video by Alex Becker, who he's known in the online marketing world, but he just talked about the downsides of caffeine, what it's like after giving it up. And I just said, all right, I'm going to go for it. And if you've ever given up caffeine before and you have been addicted to it and solely dependent on it, then you'll know how difficult it is to give it up, because your body it just changes your whole brain chemistry and you're so dependent on caffeine. So that was my goal. It was so hard to do, but today I'm celebrating 4 weeks without any caffeine, except for a tiny bit of chocolate here and there, like 2 pieces of chocolate, which probably has 4 milligrams of caffeine compared to a coffee which has about 120. So I was having 800, 900 grams of caffeine, milligrams of caffeine a day. But that was a goal. I set that goal. I was determined to not have it. And there were so many days where I woke up and thought, all right, I'm going to have caffeine, or I want to have caffeine today. I know caffeine will make this day so much better. But I hung in there. I slept a lot. I napped a lot. I've napped on the floor of my office, completely passed out on the floor for about an hour because I was so tired. But 4 weeks in, it's so much better. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that was a goal I had. With health and fitness, I lost 40 pounds once, a couple of years ago, because I was so determined to lose that weight, and I did it very quickly. I won't go into the way I did it, because this isn't a health channel, but just know I lost it very quickly because I had these goals in mind. They were big goals, and I was determined to hit them. And what happens is, once you've done this a few times, once you've set these goals with deadlines and hit them, you just feel like you can achieve anything, because it just shows you that you can do it, that you've achieved it. You've got that experience and the confidence. So with me, when it comes to creating new courses, I've done this so many times now. I know what needs to be done. I know if I have a goal, I'm going to be determined to do it. And if I set a deadline, I'm going to do it within a certain time period. So my goals moving forward are to get all these courses on Udemy. I'm starting this mid-August, in a couple of weeks. That's when I'm going to start working on it. And this is a goal. There's a strong why behind it. There's a plan of action that I'm starting to create, and I'm going to get specific with the goals and the courses and the deadlines very soon. Especially now I'm in this new office, I've got the space, the internet is so fast. I love it. It makes such a difference. And I just need to work on the echo effect because it's a little bit echoey. But that is it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you have found this useful. Go to the description to look up some of the links for my online courses, for the email marketing software I recommend, for the online course roadmap PDF. If you want to learn about email marketing, let's see, MC out. Yes. Check out the link in the live chat as well. This is a free mini course. I'm not going to leave this up much longer because something like this might be on Udemy soon. So I'm not going to leave that free course up much longer. So take it while you can. And then let me know if you have any questions while watching this. And while you're here, go check out my other videos. There are lots on the channel so you can learn about how to become an online teacher. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.